Housing Committee monthly meeting. Today is Monday, May 9th, May 11th. I'm Lina Lagute, um, the chair of the committee, and
I'm Drew Johnston, committee member.
hope everyone's doing well. We have a short agenda tonight, so we'd like to call the meeting to order at 8:20 p.m. We do not have quorum yet, so we're gonna hold off on trying to approve the April meeting minutes. In the interim, I'd like to speak about the, one of the things that are going to affect housing in our community. There will be a town hall tomorrow evening put on by the community board at MS 61. The town hall is to discuss the shelter placement on Empire Boulevard at the Ramada Inn, effective June 1st, in a few weeks. There will be a men's shelter opening at that location, so the hotel will no longer be no longer be servicing the public. It will only be for the men's shelter. So Brooklyn Community Board 9 has been informed by the New York City Department of Social Service that the city will be placing a temporary shelter sited at Empire Boulevard near Bedford Avenue. The capacity is 140 beds for single adult men, and the service provider will be Project Renewal. The contract commencement, as I said before, is summer 2026, which exactly is June 1st. If you wish to learn more about the placement or wish to voice your own sentiments, you're welcome to attend the meeting tomorrow evening, Tuesday, May 12th at 6:30 p.m. at MS 61, which is at 400 Empire Boulevard, Brooklyn, New York, 11225. The registration, if you'd like to voice your sentiments and speak at the meeting, registration is required at the sign-in table prior to entering the auditorium. Only individuals who register will be able to speak. For more information, please email infobk09@cb.nyc.gov. That's infobk09@cb.nyc.gov, or call 718-778-9279. The town hall will be live streamed on our YouTube channel as well. So please come out tomorrow night and let your voices be heard, whether you are just there for information purposes, or if you just want to voice your own sentiments on how you feel about a shelter coming to our community. Also, just to let you know a little bit more about the shelter, it will house men who have mental illness and who are mentally ill and chemically addicted, also known as MICA. But again, please just come out, let your voices be heard, and share your feelings. And that's it regarding the shelter placement. Please call the community board office if you have any more questions regarding that. The next thing, I believe we're about to have quorum, I'm not sure. But welcome to our meeting. Yes, we're possibly, let's see, may have quorum, do we? No. Well, we need one more person for quorum. I was just telling the public about the shelter placement town hall tomorrow evening. Come out, please. Let your voices be heard. That is at 6:30 p.m. at MS 61. I just wanted to use tonight just for us to bounce some ideas back and forth about more as a recap as to where we are. We have one more month. I was going to try to secure presentation for this evening, but I wasn't able to do that.
Probably a good thing.
But, we probably would have had more people show up, I think, if the agenda was packed. But thank you everyone for listening and being here. I don't know, I'm not sure if we will have quorum, but if you have a chance, or if you've had a chance to review the, housing meeting minutes from last month, and if there are any changes, I mean, we can hold off on voting to approve them until we have quorum, but, I don't think we have any changes or need any changes, I hope not. I typed up the notes. But in the meantime, I'll take a minute to remind everyone that the community fair is coming up. I believe it is going to be the first week of June.
Have you attended the fair previously?
Yeah.
I think I may have done it, well, not done it, but visited it my first year.
It's very successful. I like that so many different agencies come out and they represent their agencies, things that you wouldn't even, well, that I didn't know that we had direct contact with about fostering children. I remember that one last year, or no, the year before. I couldn't attend last year. I was away. Just housing, lots of housing, lots of just different city agencies, and there were private individuals. Like the first year I went, there were vendors with their artwork, selling artwork. I got some cool artwork that I still haven't put up in my apartment because my apartment is that small.
I tend to support a lot of small artists by buying artwork that I never put anywhere.
Yeah, that's what happened with mine, but her artwork was
Patron.
beautiful. Her artwork was beautiful.
Still in the plastic.
It's an investment.
It is an investment. It is an investment. I would invest more as soon as I make more. But it's beautiful. The stuff that I got is beautiful. Let's see. I'm just trying to go back to like where we've been so far in the year. I'm not gonna go back, well, I'm not gonna go back to the fiscal year, because I think we had a rough start to the fiscal year that looked a little bit like this. But we, at the last meeting, we had, HeartShare come, and since the meeting, they did do, they worked with the board office to do they had National Grid come in and help people who needed help with their bills, which was nice. I wasn't here.
The funds that they could give people that need the extra support. Okay.
They came and that's one of the things that they promised us that they would do at our meeting, at our housing meeting in April. They followed through, so hopefully that's, the sentiment of what they're gonna do when they have the development on Clarkson Street, Clarkson Avenue, 245 Clarkson Avenue. I think they're gonna be good partners for the community. The
I
only
think so
issue,
too, especially if they're continuing to remain in contact and communicate.
yeah,
You don't really see.
you don't see organizations do that. So I'm happy that they are gonna be a partner to the community.
And still continue to communicate.
And still yes, communication is key.
Sure, I have a lot of questions for this for tomorrow. This is temporary.
Yeah,
This looks like a really nice, is this a hotel?
yeah, it's currently a hotel.
Wyndham?
No, that's a
Like
Ramada.
a year or two ago?
Yeah.
It's on the north side of our planet.
And they had rates of $400 a night. on Empire at the corner of Bedford.
You know what I could get for $49 at a different hotel? What a
Apparently,
view!
you know,
What type of furniture did they get?
apparently the developer of this site does this where they create a hotel and then, oh, we have no business, let's go ahead and have a shelter there instead of
Well,
run it as a hotel.
wondering what are the vacancy rates in other men's shelter in the area, like the Bedford Armory at Bedford and.
I think that one's gonna go into construction soon, I hear, as well.
So not
I'm
good
not
for us.
100% sure if that's,
Okay, I saw a video where someone staying in mentioned how vacant it was on the inside, and I was wondering if it was a TikTok. Yeah, it was showing what it's like living there.
interesting.
But if they're going into construction, so that explains why.
There's something gonna be happening there, but this shelter is coming to our community not because of something going on in our community right now. They're going to be doing renovations on one in Manhattan, so they're moving everyone here.
That's the one on like 34th or something?
I'm not
The main one?
Maybe.
Okay.
But they're doing construction there, so we're temporarily going to house them.
I wonder what's in the neighboring area in terms of children.
Oh, here? It's really right down the block.
That's what I was trying to remember,
No, they're-
because I
they're
just went to
schools.
Lidl the other day, and I was like, is this the same building? that
It's the
I'm
same
thinking of?
block. It's the same
Okay,
block.
so it's the same hotel that I looked at that said this is weird.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one.
When you're looking for parking, like, this is kind of awkward placement for this hotel.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's the one.
Alright.
That's the one. I'm not sure. Should we wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else shows up so we can have a quorum? Wait, my apologies.
You have 4 signatures?
3 because this is just saying that Christian is excused for the
Oh,
evening.
okay.
But maybe, is there any new business that we should discuss? I mean, I kind of feel like the shelter placement town hall is new business, but anything else? I mean, I've seen, not new business, but just to go back to something that we've discussed before in connection with deed theft. I've seen different things on Instagram about how people were losing their homes, and I thought that was
The
interesting.
most current one in Westside?
Yes, the one in Bed-Stuy. They're really, the lawyers are in on it too now. So it's, well, not two, but
It's not new.
I work at a law firm, so full disclosure, I don't picture any of the lawyers that I work with ever doing anything like that. But the fact that you could do this just for a few dollars and lose your law license and go to jail. This one, the lawyer was actually going to jail in the what I saw on Instagram because helping out with deed theft, like
I
I'm baffled.
think it would be helpful in the future to help advocate or teach or educate people ways they can protect their homes against deed theft. If it's, I'm trying to think of the ways that you can change your title. I've known people that they've created a deed where it has all their family names, like a trust.
yes,
The
if you
family
do a trust, I wrote it down somewhere, but how to avoid deed theft. And that's one of the main things is that to have a trust where only certain people can make decisions in the family.
It's very hard to sell because now you need all these signatures.
Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere and I don't have it with me, I'm sorry. But maybe that's something we can discuss next time. And I also saw on the Borough President's website that he has there are different links. On Borough President's website as well as the CD9 website, you have to do a lot of clicking to get to these documents, but there are documents that tell the public who they should contact for certain things.
It might be easier for us to hand out those documents because a lot of our elderly neighbors
Are not online.
they're not clicking through all these links to
They're
get
not
to it.
clicking, and
And I don't even know how expensive it is to put your house in a trust. So there's a financial aspect to that too.
There was someone who came last year to housing committee, before we had a chair, they help with, I would have to find that information. They,
The people from NACA,
was it?
they had a lot of information about like first-time home buyers, but they also had a lot of other housing information as well. They gave a lot of regular presentations.
I believe so, yeah. They put that they had information that would have helped us. It's, I think the information is out there, but it's finding the right way to get, to distribute it. And I think that's some of the things, some of those people are going to be at the community fair. Yes, some of those people are gonna be there at the community fair, hoping. I believe so. And I can't find the notes from last year. My apologies to everyone on work.
NHS Brooklyn?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was NHS Brooklyn. So, I think that's one of the things that we should talk about, like maybe bringing them back in since we do see this occurrence.
For the housing committee or for the full committee board? More people out here.
If they do it, yeah, more people at the meeting, but they have so much information,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know if we could get like a 10 minutes out of them to say everything. I mean, if they come in for 10 minutes and they have their flyers, I think that would be great if we can get someone.
Or maybe if we're able to get a 10-minute from them at a community board in a full session where everybody floods that session, then it's more valuable, especially if there's older people at home homes.
And even the younger ones, because there are a lot of younger ones who have inherited homes and they're just living in the homes and they don't realize what they have to do because their family didn't have a trust, the family didn't have a will, there was no,
It's a lot.
nothing, you know, I
Everything
have,
here is a lot. Nothing is easy.
nothing is easy. Nothing is easy, but if you put it in a trust, it is so much easier. Let me see if I can find that information about waste to avoid. It was, I know that I wrote it down a few days ago. Wrote it down or I put it in my notes. That is, it's not here. But,
According to NHS, they do have a zombie mortgage webinar. It is a foreclosure prevention webinar, May 20th, 6 to 7:30 p.m.
can you repeat that? Just in case? I don't know how strong the mic is.
A zombie mortgage webinar by NHS Brooklyn, May 20th, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
It's the same time, I believe, as one of, is that the general board meeting?
It might be, well, this is on a Wednesday. You might be Tuesday.
No, of course. It's on same time. 7 p.m. is our next general board meeting. But if you can be in two places at one and it's virtual, is that one?
Yes.
So if it's virtual, that works. Is there anything else you can think of for new business that we should probably, okay, so I think if we do maybe invite NHS staff,
We have one meeting left before we close. And then we reopen in September. So we need a game plan for reopening in September, like
Okay,
what
so
our
that's
agenda is.
agenda for 2026 to 2027. Okay, so that's what I'll put on our agenda for next month.
DEF, primary, well, yeah.
DEF resources. What else? back to the one, well, so agenda for 2026, maybe if we could have a list of presentations we'd like to do. This way, if we invite people now, or just maybe what month they could come in.
Well, who was the person that you were connecting with to?
I was going to invite, it's, I'll tell you in a sec, Brooklyn, I can't remember the full name because that would be too much for my brain. I didn't speak with them yet, but Felice had given me their information, and they are, I will tell you about it. Oh, the tenant, right. Third, oh, I'm not sure if we, Farah Souffrant's office has on May 20th also a tenant empowerment workshop.
What does that cover?
It says, tenant empowerment legal clinic, get free legal help with with an eviction, repair case, or other housing related issue. Third Wednesday of each month. The next clinic is Wednesday, May 20th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., but it's by appointment only. Call 718-596-0100 or email dawsoni@newyorkassembly.gov.
What's her name?
Farah Souffrant.
Farah or
It's
Sarah?
in the, this was a part, I think, of the weekly blast, the CB9 weekly blast, it's in there. So I guess this is good just to,
I haven't made it so far back in my emails.
you do? I had to send this to someone, that's the only reason why. And it's not
Something
me.
I get to them on Fridays, the weekly blast. I've been so busy, I can't keep up with my working list.
I can't open this for some reason, but it's brooklynhousing.org. That's who I wanted to come this evening, but I wasn't able to get in contact with the person. They were out to lunch, and then I didn't get a chance to call back. But those are, I think, yeah, maybe if we could, next meeting, just make a list of who we'd like to see, like maybe a presentation every month, if possible, and, that might help, as opposed to month, because I'm not good with month to month. I'm trying to figure out.
I'm thinking what else would be besides the presentation, what else might be of value?
Maybe a budget for sending out flyers, like if we do that in advance, maybe don't
Allocate, what would you want to send
allocate.
out?
Something, I was gonna say something with a link, but with a QR code that can remind people the resources that the community board has on their site. Cause even, okay, my parents are elderly, but they're able to, I guess, scan things. It is a little bit difficult, but even if they have someone who can scan for them, the QR code, they can ask a neighbor or someone, hopefully.
I was gonna say that, or maybe someone comes to the board office.
Come to the board office, yeah, I
Come
think,
to the
I
meetings.
think we should have like, the board should do one flyer a year reminding people that we're here and what we do. That maybe just lists the different committees
Mhm.
and that would be, instead of for every event having a flyer or something, that
It's more effective having one flyer.
have one flyer with the different committees listed. And a QR code, of course, because we're in that time, but letting them know this is where we are, this is what we do. See us.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good idea too. is my first year, or I haven't like gone around the cycle before for the community board. Do you get the sense that they're going to keep the committees exactly the same for next year in terms of like what their configuration is? I know they had some like housing or like one committee were broken up at some point.
I think it was you. We cross a lot of the same things, but they're more, I feel, in
Early stage.
early stage in the laws, knowing what can and can't be done. I mean, I'm honestly learning this, but there is overlap, but there are just certain things that we wouldn't have to, it's good for our knowledge, but not necessarily anything we would have to act upon ourselves in the housing committee.
Makes sense. I guess my question is just like, do they normally reconfigure the
I think if
They
we
get
really
people
needed
change.
to,
the people change, but like
people
the
change.
breakdown?
The
of what
breakdowns?
committees exist normally remains the same?
Not normally. Normally it does remain the same I've been on the board for 3 years. It's the same, but not necessarily where we, I haven't seen any committees being obliterated, oh my gosh, I can't speak. Or, yeah, I haven't seen any of that, so hopefully we'll all be here and maybe next year we'll have like a vice chair or something. Yeah, next year we might have a vice chair. Just saying. And hopefully we'll have a chair. But,
See, the recording is going, stuff is spawning up.
okay, recording is still going on. So, so on new business, I have invite NHS as well as other, possibly invite NHS for next month? I don't know.
For the June meeting,
For the June meeting?
what would you
Or
want to discuss?
Brooklyn, if I can get in touch with this Brooklyn Housing Board, then maybe,
For tenant problems?
yes. Which I think NHS does also, but maybe a different perspective.
We'll also have to
discuss.
advertise it at the next meeting so people show up too.
Yes. But, okay, so, new business, who we're gonna invite presentation wise, as well as discussing with the board one flyer with all the, different committees, reminding community.
I think another thing that is helpful for next year, because it keeps coming up, people always talk about affordable housing. What is the best way for people to apply to these, lottery houses, like, not houses, lottery apartments?
I think this is about to change in a big way.
The lottery application?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I think they're getting rid of housing connect.
Did they have something to replace it?
I think it's all going to be building on those.
You have to apply to each building?
Wow. Or I think there's going to be major changes. I
Okay.
didn't detail some of the things but
Okay.
I think we might want to hold on.
Well, not for now, for like the next year,
I
the
mean,
26 to 27.
There will probably be a lot to learn even for people
Mhm.
who like know how the system currently works, because I think
Mhm.
it's going to change finally.
Okay.
I think it's also going to teach people you can't decline stuff,
You can.
like decline if they offer you.
But if you apply by the specific building, that means you apply to the building that you want.
I'm not too sure. I'm a little fuzzy
Okay.
on the details, but I've
That's
heard
fine.
some changes are coming down.
Okay.
I hope those changes are not making it harder.
I think I was reading something about like them being really frustrated with how long it took to release stuff
Mhm.
when it came back after the first cycle of like, with how the building could get through so quickly, but then like the second time around, I think there was a lot of frustration that it could take months to.
It does take months, because I applied in October and I just heard back last week asking me to update my
But sometimes
information.
what happens is they have people ahead of you and those people weren't a match, so now,
Yeah, they finally,
yeah, and they're like, okay, you're next.
yeah, that wasn't a match, so I got kicked out. But
Yeah, okay. But besides the Housing Connect, I think,
There are other,
I was gonna say, people still want affordable housing. So like HeartShare was a good one, but how else, what other options do we have to connect people to housing? HeartShare will be for the children coming out of foster care and the people that have, certain mental needs
I think we should invite NACA.
for housing. Apartments or first time buyers.
NACA is first time home buyers. I just filled out my application. Yeah, NACA helps people purchase homes without a down payment. And I like what they do, but I think that they have a backlog as well, but I think, people should know, because especially in our neighborhood where the housing is so expensive that maybe a down payment is like 10 years in the making. So if they can help people purchase homes in this community without a down payment, that would be awesome. So it would be nice to have them come in as well. Okay, so affordable housing, deep theft resources, agenda for 2026 through 2027. That's not it for new business, but
I think that's like
definitely
a free
what we should start with.
And each one of those categories have a lot of subcategories.
Exactly. So we should look into those. I think that's it for me. Anything else? So we will have to table the minutes approval until next month.
Do you know what day we're meeting next month?
I think it's on this side. Let's see. As of now, I should have this just saved in my emails. Not my emails, as a bookmark. But Report 9, Report 9, official website. Okay, I'm getting there. Visit our calendar. I think June 8th. June 8th. As of now, things change, but
I'll put it with a question mark.
as of now, we are meeting next month on June 8th. So, with that, can we adjourn?
Second?
Thank you. So, Housing Committee adjourned at 7:53 p.m. Thank you both, and thank you all if you're watching out there.
Good night.
Good night.